Morning, everybody. I'm going to be honest. This is probably going to go completely tits up, this live, because I am all over the place. Brain not working. I didn't take my ADHD medicine until about 10 minutes ago. And I realised that's why I've been finding everything so unbelievably hard. Also, I've got a computer. I've got my daughter's computer and I'm a bit all over the shop with it, if I'm honest. And the internet hasn't been great. And I look really orange. I think I've put the wrong foundation on. Do you think I look orange? I'm a broken woman. I can't see without my contact lenses and my reading glasses. So I've probably picked up totally the wrong thing. Do I look orange? I think so. Anyway, how are we all? I'm now going to do my organised face. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Can you hear me? Oh, I don't look orange. Brilliant. Why are you right up there and I'm right down here? Oh, God. Just a quick note before we start the other stuff. Caught up a bit on Married First Sight Australia last night. God, so brilliant. Okay, morning. You can hear me, you can see me. I did see the new Kardashian trailer. Zoe, this must mean you didn't see my reaction and Mark's reaction. We did a review of the new Kardashian trailer last night. We were absolutely knackered. We'd worked hard, gone out the night before to Mamma Mia, the experience, out on a school night. We were, and then I went, oh my God, the Kardashian trailer's out. So we've done a review of it. So you can watch that after this. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. Doesn't cost you anything, and it means that you're always told when we're going live or when we're uploading a new video. I think another Crete video went up last night. Am I right? You'd probably know better than I know. Mark was talking about editing one. And morning Faith, morning Lynn, morning Danielle, morning April, morning Leanne, morning Carol, morning Ellery Jones, morning Faith Goodman. Oh, is Mark there? Oh, right, I see. Well, I'm not talking to you. I'm just not going to talk to you because I don't like it when I've got to do it all myself. Oh my God, it's so annoying, aren't they? Just like computers and airdropping and links. It's just like, oh, I just hate it. As I say, I'd forgotten to take my ADHD medicine, which is a classic ADHD thing to do. And everything was very much more complicated and messy in my head. Right, first of all, Jerry Springer has died. And I don't quite know why I'm so shocked by this. First of all, does it just feel like so many people are dying at the moment? All the WhatsApp groups are like that. Everything's feeling very sort of, I don't know, vulnerable. I loved Jerry Springer. I loved the shows, and I loved him. Mark told me yesterday that he died, and he said, and I said, oh, he's lovely. I said, he kind of hit on me once. And he said, Mark came back, as you would, and said, really? Why? When? I said, I don't know. I'm going to have to text Kay and ask her because I can't quite remember where we were. This is how awful it is. I think he was on Loose Women, but I can't remember. I think we were in Manchester in a club when he got quite fruity with me, but in a really nice, uncreepy way. He wasn't creepy at all. He was a very smart guy. And it wasn't like a hit, you know, he was sort of chatting me up a bit, and he was just lovely, avuncular like. And yeah, so hopefully later today when I see Kay, I can actually get the full story because I can't remember it. But yeah, I loved how you never felt like he was looking down his nose at the people that he interviewed. And I was just trying to remember some of the craziest programs. See, I don't think there's ever been anyone better on those trash, if you like, programs. I mean, he was just, no, get down, Toffee. He was smart, he was kind, he was witty. Can anyone remember what the last thing was what he used to say at the end of every show? I was trying to think today. What was his catchphrase? God, I really can't remember anything, you know. What was his catchphrase? He'd always say at the end, take care of, what was it? Take care of yourself and each other. That's it. Thank you. Right, Mark, I can't see all the messages here. Why are they not going up? Hang on a minute. Aha. That's better. Morning, Julie. Raspberry Mojito says, that was it. Take care of yourself and each other. My granny liked Kilroy. She preferred Kilroy, did she? Yeah. I thought he was always a bit smug. So I wasn't keen. There you go. That was my opinion. So what about you guys? Did you like the Jerry Springer show? Did you, were you shocked by the news yesterday? Why do we get so shocked about people that we don't know? I mean, people do pass on, don't they? He was 79. And yeah. What about you? Anyone shocked yesterday by the news? Anyone feel anything about it? I wasn't a fan of him. Love the Jerry Springer weekends. Beth before my time. God, yeah, I suppose, yeah. Yeah. I mean, when was the last time his show was on? Probably a lot of people don't even heard of him. I couldn't believe it. I loved Jerry, says Emma. Yeah, I love Jerry. I like Jerry Springer's show. I was shocked. Made me realise how fast time flies, says Good Ship Lollipop. I was shocked. I didn't realise he was 79. No, we had that very youthful way about him, didn't it? And of course, he was, wasn't he a governor somewhat, or did he run for governor? Well, his show, but there was a lot of people that were very snooty about his show, weren't there? I would tell you more, but oh my God. Oh my God, everything's flipping. Hang on. Oh, we're back. So Jerry Springer. Sad news and happy memories. I met him. I thought he was lovely. We had a good night somewhere. I can't remember where, and I can't remember the details. But all I know is he was lovely. What next? Right. Has anyone seen this speech by the basketball player? Now, basketball star. Now, I know his first name is Giannis. Mark sent me the story and I couldn't download it on the computer. So I don't actually have the story in front of him. And I know his second name is very difficult to pronounce, but if somebody can text me, put it up here so I can have a good go at it, that would be great. So I don't know much about football. I know zero about football. I know less about basketball. I know less about basketball than I know about football. But this speech of his that's gone viral, I thought was fantastic. And I don't know if any of you have seen it. Just remember the man marrying the horse on Jerry Springer. So funny. I don't know if anyone have seen you. This has gone crazy viral. So this basketball star, if anyone can send me his second name, I'd be really appreciative. Giannis. Was asked by a reporter about how he felt to fail again, because we don't know anything about basketball here, really, do we? We don't know what the failure was, and it doesn't really matter. It was the fact that there was this very negative question, and you could see that this guy was really pissed off with the question. He went, and he just gathered himself, and he said, you asked me this question last year, and the year before, or something like this, he said, I'm paraphrasing, and he said, do you get promoted every year? And if you don't get promoted every year, do you see that as failure? And I was like literally applauding at the beginning of this speech. And he goes on to talk about, and I suppose the amazing thing is for these prime athletes is that they get fantastic psychology sessions, because, what is yes, they've got to be in peak fitness physically. Oh, God, thank you, Elaine Denning. Giannis Antetokounmpo, Empo. Very, very difficult, but I'm going to keep persisting. Antetokounmpo, very difficult. And if anyone wants to write that out for me phonetically so I can have a proper go, because when I was at school, when my teachers used to call out the names, they used to get to my name and just say Nadia because they didn't even want to try to say it. For anyone who doesn't know me, my name is Nadia Sawalha, so people found it very difficult. Good morning, my darling, my beautiful daughter. And then he goes on to say, why do you see what's gone before as failure? Everything is steps towards something. And I thought, oh my God, this is what I say to my girls as well about really we shouldn't think in the terms of failure, because if we don't succeed in the way that we want or the way that we imagined, we are learning on the journey to it. And I just thought, it's Greek Nigerian. He's Greek. Oh, wow. So that's a Greek name. Oh, well, look, Christos or Natasha, if you're there and want to spell it out for me phonetically, let's have a go at it. And I just thought that is just so important. And at the moment in GCSE hell, as many of you will be with your kids, if you're watching from abroad, GCSE, in this country, we test our kids constantly. And we ask them to sit down at 15 and do hours and hours and hours of recalling everything from memory. Now, me, I have dyslexia, I have ADHD. My memory is not great, but that doesn't mean that I'm a failure when I can't remember things that other people do. But at the, when is it? August, all these kids will be getting their results, their GCSE results, and they will be, many of them will have a sense of failure that will carry on through with them for years. And now with this new idea that we just keep making, a friend of mine's son now has taken his maths GCSE 3 times, right? Some brains don't work that way, do they? They just don't. They're never going to pass a maths GCSE or whatever. Many people wouldn't pass an art GCSE. Of course, we never pay any mind to that. And I was saying to my friend, I said, isn't it awful that every time he takes it, he says, I failed it again. I failed it. And there's something so wrong about that. I don't let my kids say it. I say, no, you're still trying. You're still working on it. And I just think it's such an important mindset. I think it plays such a huge part in mental health as well. Failure. All my life, though I would be deemed a successful person, have a fantastic TV career, run this fantastic channel with my husband. I've got a beautiful home. I've got lovely kids. I've got, great friends. And yet this sense of failure that ran through me for so much of my life, not so much in the last 10 years, because I've done a lot of work on myself, but that sense of failure, I ran 2 marathons and I didn't even get the slightest buzz because I felt I'd failed because it had taken me so long. So I actually think this viral video is a really important thing. And I think play it to yourselves, to your kids, to anyone, because it is really the fuck up of life. We fail. Like, take for instance, I love cooking, right? And I love to help people cook. So many people will say to me, oh, I can't cook. And I say, oh, why? What makes you think? Oh, well, I cooked this thing and it was absolutely disgusting and everybody hated it and everybody said it. So a crushing sense of failure, because once you've cooked something, it wasn't delicious. Everybody says it wasn't delicious. And so then you are a rubbish cook. You can't cook. But actually, I don't think I've ever cooked anything the first time I've cooked it and it's been perfect. The failure, for want of a better word, is the journey to eventually getting the dish, right? And I just think because athletes have such an influence on young people, well, and many people, I just think it's a really good little video to watch. So that's what I want to say. And it was funny because both Mark and I texted each other at the same time saying how much we loved what this guy was saying. So, yeah, If at first you don't succeed, order in. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. So brilliant. So that's him, and we like him. And if anyone wants to send me phonetically his second name, I'd love to have a go at it. We could all have a go at it. So, yep, failure. Right. Next thing we're going to talk about, because you guys always get really heated up. Thank you. Lots of people saying you love my cooking. If you're new to this channel, every Saturday live from this house, we really keep you company the whole of Saturday morning, because from 9:15 for half an hour, my husband Mark does all the like best bits in the newspapers, not you know, the quirky look, the slightly funny look, the slightly odd stories, and people really enjoy it. So that's 9:15 till 9:45 on our here. And then from 10 till 11 or 11:30, however long it goes on, we do something called the Curly Cooks of Croydon, where me and my sister cook together, and you will see chaos and failure or things not going right, but you also at the end of it get some lovely dishes that are affordable and easy. And tomorrow we're having a themed coronation. So I'm doing coronation chicken because everyone keeps asking for that. And Dina's doing a vegan quiche. And then we're doing other bits, nice sweet things. So join us tomorrow, 9:15, right through till about 11:30. I know, that look, it's all piled up again. It drives people back mad, my open doors. Isn't it annoying? Thank you, Ali. Ali says she loves her Saturday mornings with us. Lovely. Thank you. Do you know what I'm drinking? Green spearmint tea. I know I go on about it all the time. Dragonfly green spearmint tea. If you can't stand green tea, because remember, it's really good for you, drink the spearmint one. And it's like Moroccan, that lovely Moroccan mint tea. It's so lovely. Okay, so worst neighbours. This is from an estate agent. Let me just see if I can get the story up. Okay, so biggest neighbour annoyances unveiled as 65% of Brits all hate one habit. So this is from an estate agent, and it's funny. 2/3 of people revealed that the biggest ick by far was when a neighbour and guests end up taking all their parking spaces. 65%. That would be annoying. A further 10% said they found it annoying when neighbours' parcels were left at their house. Isn't that miserable? I mean, yeah, it's a bit annoying, but because you've only got to go and hand it out, but it's a bit mean to resent your neighbours. And then it goes on. Next one, bins, untidy bins. That's definitely us. Next one, leaving the lawns unmowed. Well, luckily for me, this is really lucky with my appalling housekeeping. On the one side, I've got my sister, I've got family. And on the other side, I've got a huge block of flats that wasn't there when I moved here. And then Croydon Council, who basically are the worst council on the planet, I think. They've bankrupted Croydon, and now they have put up by the biggest percentage council tax, which for so many people, I feel so angry about this. They are really struggling. People that already like right up to the breadline, and now they've increased the tax. It's a stupid amount when they've bankrupted I can't remember what it was, but the figures were just mad. And so they're always just trying to get, money in any way they can. So they let this great big thing be built with I had nobody overlooking me, and now I've got, 20 flats all looking out with balconies looking over my garden. Now, it's none of those people's faults in those flats at all. I feel for them because they have to listen to me. But so annoying to suddenly have just people just looking into your garden. So we used to be able to sit there and have our meal and nobody could hear me. Now you could sit out, you could just listen to every single bit of our conversation. Then my dad over the other side, without even asking me, put a great big window on the flats on the side of his house that looks into my garden and into my room this way. So I have got both sides a bit of a nightmare, but what I don't have, and what I'm so pleased, because of all the times that I lived in rented places, flats and little houses with it, was just the noise of others was just horrendous. And I don't have, which I have had in other places I've lived, where I've got somebody living next to me that I don't like, that you'd go out in the garden and they would immediately come out and lean over the fence and start talking to you. That is really bad. That is so annoying. And then dogs. There's a house just like a few along. I can't really work out which house it is, but they'll let the dog bark and bark and bark out in the garden. So tell me yours. Come on, let's cleanse ourselves. What are your most, what are your neighbours' most irritating habits? You all right, my lovely? Oh, I like your hair. Oh, very nice. Honestly, my girls will walk in. I don't know what colour their hair's going to be next. Looks lovely. Look at Chi-Chi watching you. The dog's going. Go and see. Oh. Chi-Chi absolutely adores Maddie. So come on, let's have your neighbours from hell stories. And you know what I don't understand? Like, you know when you see these programmes with real nightmares, people get into such battle and you think, why wouldn't you? Why would you want so much unhappiness and unrest in your own home? Why would you want that? You know, why don't... and the other one, what about when you've got like really like drunken, shouting, angry people? Nightmare. Brenda, neighbours like that, thought hubby, I can't work that one out. Faith, reading paper today, block of flats with broken sewage systems, so when other flats flush, it comes up their toilet. Oh my God. Can you imagine that? So your neighbour flushes their toilet and their sewage comes up into your toilet. Surely that can't be healthy, right? My neighbours, what's this, Erin? My neighbours, oh, sorry, they keep pumping up. Okay, Sarah, I had a neighbour that kicked my door in. He was given an ASBO and I had to go to court because of him. Oh, my God. Alison Stotley, where do I start? One of mine set fire to my mobility scooter. And the thing is, I mean, that is violent, that is terrifying. And you do hear these stories and nothing gets done, does it? I mean, there's this whole, there's a whole series, a podcast, I think it's BBC World documentary. They do all these documentary series. It's an absolutely heartbreaking story of this young man. He was so brave. In his area, I don't know whether it was in his flats, I can't remember now. But he witnessed a girl being taken off. There was going to be a, well, anyway, terrible crime was going to be committed against this girl. And he called the police. Again, I'm just paraphrasing. And so it was on his neighbours. And they were extremely dangerous, this gang. The girl was moved out of the area and he wasn't. And he has to continue to live in absolute terror of these neighbours, these gang members, because he told the police. Now, it's like, why? Why would something not be done about that? You hear about people just like that have to complain night after night after night because of like terrible things happening from their neighbour. You know where they are, the police know where they are, it's the neighbour. I can give you the address, I can give you the number, I can give you the phone number, and nothing's done. I don't understand it. And I mean, really, what does an ASBO do? Do they even still give those out? I don't know. Bye, Raspberry Mojito Girl. Have a great day. My neighbour came into my house. Wow, and went upstairs to look at my new bathroom without me knowing. Nicola Lee. My neighbours were a couple of devout Christians that tried to convert us every time they saw us. They once told my mother a puppet show was happening. To trick us into coming to Sunday school. Oh my God. See, there's so many different ways to be tortured, isn't it? I mean, those people would have been thinking that they were doing something really good and really important. But for you, that kind of thing can totally ruin your day. Every single day, you've got to have that. Oh, no. Oh, no. No, no, no. Also, somebody I know is saying their flat, somebody that worked with at ITV, and she's a lovely young girl, and she's in this flat. And she completely understands this family, but they've got this baby and it just screams all night. It's got colic or something. She said, I do feel really sorry for them. She said, but I literally am not getting any sleep. Just thinking of moving. Just awful. So today, thank God, I've only got like 20 flats looking at me. I've got that flat looking over me, thank God. So I'm going to be grateful today. But believe you me, over many years, I think, have experience of most of the kind of things that you've said. I didn't have devout Christians, but one flat I lived in, down the road a bit, they were, oh my God, what are they called? What's the religion where you can't take blood? Where you're not allowed to have blood, or like if you need an operation, you won't be able to have it. What's that called? Where they come knocking at your door. Read them anyway, and they used to regularly knock on our door. No, not Mormons. Jehovah's Witness. Thank you. My brain is not working. That's what I'm going to say. It's just not working today. But you know what? That's okay, because other days my brain works just brilliantly. But today it's checked out. So I'm going to love you and leave you. I've got to go up to ITV. We're doing a pre-recorded special show today that will be out soon. And I know that you'll love it, because I know the guest panelist, practically every single person in this country adores her. So I'm really looking forward to meeting her. So I'm going to do that. Then I'm going to have a little lunch with Kay and Jane afterwards. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. Oh, I can hear Mark's car pulling up. So Mark's back. I'm going to leave Maddie to clear up the kitchen for me, because she's good like that. And I'm just going to bugger off and try and reset my brain. Love you guys. Have a great day. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Bye.